Here, and James here. I want to talk a little bit about coaching. Let's spend a few minutes there, coaching your staff. And of course, this is one of those topics that everybody knows that we need to coach our staff. And yet so few managers do, so few leaders do, from the CEO all the way down to a front-line manager, that often people don't coach their staff. And there's several reasons for this. Two of the big ones that we run into all the time is people feel like, I'm just so busy, right? Just so busy. That's why I don't coach my staff. The other one is a little more beneath the surface. People don't necessarily admit this, but what it is that they don't know how, or they don't feel confident because they think, well, I don't know how to coach. And sometimes that's because it's not been modeled well for us. Like maybe you've not been coached in your career. Another reason is that coaching in the business world anyways is often linked with discipline, right? It's like, hey, you're going to get coaching, which for a lot of people means this is HR's last Hail Mary for you before we kick you out the door, so you better change. So a lot of people, that's what they think coaching is. But coaching is one of the most powerful things you can do for your staff to help them grow and develop. And of course, when they're growing and developing, they're doing a better job in your company, which means they're going to be happier, they're going to feel more competent, and they're going to be more engaged. More good things happen. I want you to think about it in this way. There's really three places that coaching happens with an employee. Three places. And the first one is sort of coaching on the fly, when just these random moments that you might happen to catch. So for example, you're a sales manager and you're walking through the floor and you hear one of your salesmen or saleswomen on the phone, and you notice something odd about how they're building rapport. And so when they get off the call, it's a chance for you to have a coaching moment, right? To talk to them about that little snippet about building rapport. That would be a coaching moment. Other coaching moments happen similar. They're on the fly. This is usually when people come to you. They come to you for advice. They come to you to ask a question, for you to solve a problem for them. So you could be in your office and, Joey comes in and he says, hey, so Sarah over in marketing, her nose has been out of shape because she thought I should have sent this to her, but you told me to send it to so-and-so. And so now I'm kind of in this pickle, and what should I do? Right? That would just be you probably get those requests all the time. Hey, what should I do? And it's really difficult to resist the temptation to solve that problem, especially for those of us that like solving problems. And we just, here's what you need to do. And even though you probably have a great answer of what they should do, it doesn't necessarily help them grow. And so you want to get into the habit of answering their question with a question. In that case, it might be, that's an interesting situation. So, I have some ideas, but what do you think? What do you think you should do? And that would be the first question. And then whatever they say, there's going to be a follow-up question. And tell me why you think that. Because so much of coaching is actually about changing how people think. And this is what makes coaching so powerful. See, it's one thing if I come into a room and, hey, I'm going to teach you a workshop for the next, 1 hour, 3 hours, whatever it is. And I'm going to come in, I'm just going to teach you, I'm going to give you a bunch of information, and here's some tools and practical stuff, and, go do it. And of course, we do that as a company. But it's another thing when someone has a moment of discovery. And again, this is what makes coaching so powerful, because what coaching does is coaching shifts how people think, right? Coaching shifts how people think. And that's what we want to do. So in those moments, again, someone comes to you and what they're looking for is the quick answer, right? They want you to be the easy button. And you want to resist that by asking a question with their question and a follow-up question to find out why they think how they think. The third place to have coaching with an employee is within your one-on-one. And if you're not having regular one-on-ones, then you're really missing out here. In fact, your employee is missing out. And when I say regular one-on-ones, I'm talking like every other week, right? Bi-weekly. Every other week, to have a dedicated time with your employee to sit down, find out how things are going with them, making sure that they're being successful in what they're doing, but then also to open up a space to talk about their development. And this is the most powerful place to have coaching because you have a little bit more time, right? Instead of them just coming in your office or you're walking through the sales floor, now you've got this space, and this gives you a chance to get into a deeper discussion, ask better questions, and shine a light on some things that we want them to be able to see and wrestle with and process. And so that's where coaching is so powerful. And if you want to be a better coach as a manager, then definitely check out our Coaching for Performance program. And we're running that live coming up really quick. I'll put a link here somewhere above this video, below this video, in the comments, or you can find it on our website, Coaching for Performance. And in that workshop, so 3-hour workshop, I'm going to teach you a framework for coaching. It's called the 7-Minute Coach. And it's how to coach people in a very short amount of time. And I don't want this to sound like 10-minute abs or something. It's not that. Once you set this up, you're going to find out how coaching can actually be very quick, but yet very deep. And so we're going to teach you that framework. I'm going to teach you a lot of other things in that workshop. So if you want to become a better coach, definitely jump into that workshop while there's still space, and we would love to see you there. And remember this, one of the best things people can say about you when you retire or when they retire or when they move on to another company is that you cared about me and you helped me get better. And coaching is one of the most powerful ways to do both of those.